Hello and welcome to my channel. My name is Lynn and this is an unboxing of the Spellbinders mystery kit that came free with purchase if you purchased over a certain dollar amount. It was a promotion that Spellbinders, I don't think they are currently still running it, but I'll leave a note and a link in the description box below if you can still get this offer. But I was wondering when I put my order through whether this was going to be like a special kit that they put together just for this occasion or what. And as it turns out, this is actually an older kit. This is from June of 2018. So I guess this was their way of just clearing out some old inventory by just giving it away, which I think is awesome. I've already peeked through this and taken some things out of their packaging just to make it a little bit easier to show. But as per usual, we still get the sort of informational postcard. So you have the contents of the kit, some inspiration, and then a more detailed step-by-step for how to create this specific card. So I think these days the kits are still formatted in this way. So that's kind of cool. Then there's still the 10 card bases and 10 matching envelopes. These are USA 2 in size, so 4 1/4 wide by 5 1/2 tall, and they are side folding. Then we get adhesive. So there's sort of like a mini roll of double-sided adhesive tape, and then the yellow square that you see here, this is actually double-sided foam adhesive, and it's actually pre-cut into, there's like pre-cut squares that you can just pop out, but the whole thing is adhesive lined on both sides. So don't just use the squares, you can also use what's left after you've used up all the squares. One thing I'll just say right out of the gates is that there's no stamp set, but there are lots of ways to get sentiments onto your project, and one of them is these stickers. So this one is, I think it's like a black glitter, and they're a really nice size. So if this is the card base, you can see how much space that really takes up and how bold that is. And I really love the kind of handwriting font that they've chosen. It's kind of bubbly and can be a real focal point. So lots of very usable words here. Not for any particular occasion, so I think they'll be easy to kind of fit them in. And then we get some extra little elements here, so stars, and this heart's really nice. It's too bad there's only the one heart, but I really like that stylized heart. It's kind of cool, something a little bit different. Then we also have this for sentiments. These are chipboard elements. They're pretty thick. It doesn't look like there's adhesive on the back, but we have the word lovely and shine, and then this little chipboard decorative element as well. And this is something a little bit different. So it looks like there's a little bit of red sequins floating around in here, and it's a burlap bow, which, by the way, this looks like, when I see this, the first thing I think is to turn it into like a little paper clip for my planner. And then we have red paper flowers. That's kind of cool. I think this is adhesive on the back here. I think it's foam adhesive, but remember, this kit's from 2018, so when I see adhesive like that, I just wonder whether it still has its stick to it. Then we've got some printed acetate. These are, I don't think they're stickers. Yeah, I think it's just printed on acetate and then die cut. So we have the word hello. I know that's hard to read. Then there's two two printed doilies, different sizes. Then we have the word hugs, we have a butterfly, and then there are 2 floral sprays. So we have these acetate elements. And then we have some more ephemera. So we have some die cut pieces. These are paper. These are thicker, I think, than what comes these days. But we get a banner here that has some sentiments. We've got a couple other sentiments strips that you can use. Celebrate in a banner and floral spray. Some floral elements. Another sentiment. These are single-sided. Oh, here's another banner. Life is lovely. Some feathers. And these days, in terms of the die cuts that we get, I believe we get 2 of each. But here, I'm seeing only one of each design. So, and the package isn't nearly as much as what I think they're including these days. But what I do like is they are a little bit thicker. I think what comes in the kits these days are more paperweight. And then these are foiled, have a little bit of spot foiling, and they're kind of dimensional. They're like a little, they're sort of kind of decoupage style where they're layered up, like a portion of the design is just printed a second time and then raised or attached with some foam to give it that little bit of extra dimension. And these are stickers, so you get 4 of those, and that's really nice. And then not done yet, we have ribbon. There's a variety of different types, it looks. So this blue one is organza. This red one looks like it's a satin ribbon. The white up here looks like it's organza. That is an off-white cream color, which might be grosgrain, or I'm not 100% on that one. And then this is a very fuzzy black, maybe a twine. I haven't opened this, so I don't know what the black one is, but it's really fuzzy. You can see all that fuzz there. So that looks, and each of these looks like it's a fair amount, but it's a very usable amount of ribbon. So we have that. Then, still not done, then we get a few paper, not paper clips, what are these? Clothespins. And they're about 1 inch, and it looks like they coordinate with the colors going on here. And they look like they're wood but painted, so that's kind of cute. And then we have some wooden buttons, and these are, oh, that's interesting. Yep. So these have that foam adhesive on them. Let me open this. I'll show you. So this white circular piece here, that's foam adhesive, but oh look, that just came right off. So these I think were originally attached to this piece of acetate, kind of like a sticker would be. And oh, look at that. So that wooden button, the center came out. So this is what happens, I think, over time, potentially, when, oh, that's like, interesting. That's a sticker. And then that's just like a wooden button. I guess this was in the center here. So over time, adhesives like this dry adhesive on the foam and on the roll like this, it can actually dry out and then lose its stickiness. And so if you've ever seen my process videos where I make cards or albums, and in particular albums and books, I will always use double-sided adhesive, but then I always scribble on some liquid adhesive as well, because the liquid adhesive will give you that permanency. Now, of course, they don't want that because, I mean, this is going onto acetate, and, you know, they want you to be able to lift it and put it onto your project. But just imagine if this was on your project, it might have had the potential of drying out and lifting as well. So see how, once I've peeled that back, this is totally not sticky at all. And it makes me kind of actually, oh look, and then I was able to pop that off. So when I go to use this, what I'm gonna do is, because these are really cute, the little designs in the center, what I'll do is just drop a little bit of adhesive. Now this is non-porous, so I'll probably use a solvent-based adhesive like my Kalel all-purpose glue or Beacon 3-in-1. But then when I adhere this to a project, I'll definitely use some strong liquid adhesive, and it does make me question how sticky these two are. So that's interesting. Moving on, so we have a die set, which is pretty cool. So there are 9 dies according to the inventory list, and when I did the initial opening of this kit, I must have been hungry because when I saw this heart and this shape here, I immediately thought that this was an ice cream cone because of the waffle pattern on the heart. It just made me immediately think of this as being an ice cream cone. But what I actually think how I think it's actually meant to be used, and of course at the end of the day it's just a shape, so you can use it however you want to use it. But taking a cue from some of the ephemera, some of the die cuts that come in the kit, this is one of those pendant banners, and it's pretty much the same exact shape. And in fact, we get a second die, this one right here, really adorable. That single die plate will cut out 2 little clothespin shapes. So I mean, this is oriented to be read this way, but imagine if you had some string going across your card, then you can die cut out several pendant banners, maybe add a letter onto each to spell something out, and then use these little clothespins, which you can die cut out of maybe a foil paper, and then have that impression that you've got this bunting or this banner that's pinned to your little clothesline. So I think that's really cute. So there's that. Then there's these flowers. We get some leaves, some kind of sprigs, and there's actually 2 flower shapes that you get, and all of the floral elements here have a deboss detail. So if you run it through your die cutting machine the first time, just to do like a regular die cut, you'll get the outline cut out, but then you can run it through a second time if you want, but with your embossing sandwich for embossing with dies, and then that will push into the paper all of this extra debossed detailing. So you have that really nice intricate detail pushed right into your paper, and then you can maybe ink over it a little bit just to kind of bring out that pattern and texture a little bit more. Then we have a heart, which all of these little that waffle pattern, those are cut out. That's not a deboss detailing onto a solid heart. This will be kind of a more lacy heart, I suppose. And then this die here is pretty cool. This is a banner die, and there is actually, again, taking a cue from the ephemera that comes in the kit. Here they kind of show you the exact same shape banner as what the die will cut out for you, and then they've created this little sort of floral spray. And in fact, if you wanted to sort of recreate this, you could use the floral spray die cut that they've provided, which is slightly larger but still very much in scale with the banner die. You can kind of recreate what they've put into the single die cut here. Or instead of using the pre-printed and cut shape, what you could do is build up your own floral spray with the flower dies and the leaves and the sprigs and stuff that they've provided in die form. So it's really nice that they've shown within the ephemera and the die cuts how your dies can actually be used, and you know, how it all goes together, because sometimes you get dies like these and you're not quite sure, you know, how to use them, what they're how they go together and which ones go with what. But it's really nice that we get those clues from the ephemera that they've included in the kit. So there's one more thing to show. Oops, that has a hole in it. I'll fix that later. And that's the papers that come in the kit. So we get, I don't know in terms of number of sheets these days, how many sheets of paper, cardstock are included, but this is about 80-pound solid core. I think it's solid core paper. It's texture, kind of a texture weave, and full sheet, 8.5 by 11. This kit came with 5 sheets of solid color paper, and then one of the gold, which is double-sided, nice and thick, that I think is pretty standard these days as well. Here's one notable difference though. So instead of a 6x6 paper pad, we got in this kit 5 sheets of pattern paper, but in the US letter size, so 8.5 by 11. And so you get this nice, and these, as always, coordinate really well with the solid cardstock too. That way you can have your mats and layers all nicely coordinated. So that's what I got. Now, I don't know if they had a lot of different kits kind of in their warehouse that they were trying to clear out, so maybe other people got other kits, but I'm really happy with this. And in fact, I actually might use some of this to actually decorate my November planner, and so if I end up doing that, I'll definitely link to that at the end of this video. And in general, when I craft with this kit, I'll definitely link to that project at the end of this one. Thanks so much for joining me today, and until my next video, happy crafting and have a fantastic day. Bye!